Tough sledding around here, man.
Jones after you know.
Jeez.
How's your morning going?
It was good till Bob gooned me.
That's the one. We'll try it again. Touching on a matchup like this, where you have 5 division opponents straight, what kind of a measuring bar maybe is this in comparison to the games that this team has played recently?
Not necessarily a measuring bar. It's opportunity, right? And there's, the fact is, you look at the schedule and there's 5 in a row, but I mean, it's one game tonight, right? It's how our approach is. It's where our focus needs to be. We know the value of divisional games.
What's your observations here, getting a guy into the room first year in Bjork, who plays in 400 career NHL games?
Yeah, he's just such a good pro. He's such an intelligent player. He shows up and works every day, and with work, he hasn't scored as much as I'm sure he would like, but the opportunities have been there, and probably the more important thing is he continues to contribute, in different ways. Obviously we made a little shift in his line mates the last couple of games, and he and Tanev and Gordy have been a real good line for us. They give us the opportunity for that line they can play against anybody, and do a good job defensively, but they do that a lot of times by possessing the puck and playing in the offensive zone. He's been a good player for us. He's a really good pro, and he's quietly a good leader for us.
Dave, everyone talks about Oliver's scoring and points, but you mentioned his defensive game. What stands out to you in how he plays on that side of the puck?
Well, especially over the last handful of games, he's been really strong on the puck, and when the puck's on his tape, he's great awareness of what's around him. So, I mean, that's a big piece of who he is offensively. When you watch him in the offensive zone, he gets to spots, and he's getting good looks and getting good opportunities. He's no different defensively. When the puck is on his tape, he's got great awareness of what is around him. He can be pretty strong on the puck, and he's able to make that, kind of the all-important next play.
You have 2 healthy goalies now. Jones has obviously been very good. Grubauer is historically more your starter. How do you manage that moving forward now?
Well, we've got great contributions from all of our goaltenders. If you look right from day one, Jonesy's been rock solid and really sound. He's been great over the last, this stretch here. But really, his performance has been very, very consistent. We've also gotten good contributions from, Joey Decord coming in when he came into a tough spot in Calgary and won a game for our hockey team. He's been good. It's been in a backup role, but he's been a good teammate, and that doesn't go unnoticed. So Gruby's healthy. He's coming back in today. He'll back up tonight, and he's just going to be he's a guy that's going to come in and add to the team concept and continue to strengthen the goaltending group that we have.
So for the usage, then, I mean, have you thought much about that, or are you just going to kind of play it out?
Jonesy's playing tonight, and Gruby's backing up. No, I'm
Like
serious. I mean, this has been a group that's worked really well together. They're going to continue working really well together and provide good goaltending, regardless of who's in that for our hockey team, right?
It looks like Shane Wright's set to be a healthy scratch for a 5th straight game.
Yeah.
That would make him eligible for an AHL conditioning loan. Is that something that you and Ron have considered?
We talk about Shane and his situation day in and day out. So he's not going to be in the lineup tonight. His job is to go out and get a great work day in, and I guess the way I would answer that, we're really aware that playing games and getting game time is really important, right? And the game time that he has gotten here has been limited, but it's been really valuable. Day in and day out, we see growth in him, and we want to make sure that growth continues.
Dave, if I may go back to Jones, while he's had to shoulder the starter's load here, is this what you expected from him, or has he maybe even gone above what you expected from him?
Well, Jonesy's not. He's not a new guy to the scene, right? And this is not a surprise in terms of being able to handle a heavy load. If you look at his history, he's had an awful lot of starts in the National Hockey League. He's been in this scenario, in this situation before. I think everybody learns, about themselves, different stages of their career, how to best keep themselves sharp and energized. And no doubt Jonesy has gone through some of that over the last year or two. Whatever that is, he's applied it really well here. He's had good energy. He's had very good consistency. And we've been really happy with his play. He's been a huge part of some of the success that we've had.
What kind of impact has Steve made for his game off the bat and the potential for the impact that he can make for Ruby now that he's healthy?
Well, those guys work hard together, right? They spend a lot of time together day in and day out, and that impact, that impact and that working relationship has been a healthy one with all of our goaltenders. And just because Gruby's been hurt, it doesn't mean that relationship discontinues, right? It actually there's probably more time spent together there. So, if you think of the game where Gruby got injured, it was 50 minutes in Colorado. He didn't have a ton of work, but the work that he had was critical for us, and he had us in a spot to win that hockey game. So, I guess I would say, I believe the relationship between all of our goaltenders and Steve is healthy. I believe, it's not only, a situation of trust, but also of, continuing to push and challenge each other to do things at a very high level.
Are there any other roster changes from the Rangers game?
It's still November, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Check before I ask.
No, we'll go with the same roster.
If we tell you it's November and December, will that affect your...
You might get me. Depends how hard Bob hits me on the way in.
I wanted the clock back here.
Yeah.